No, so I've been back playing a lot more Cyberpunk, and um, I don't know. I haven't had any of the like really weird technical bugs, but like some like just smaller things with conversation trees and weird pop-ins. But for the most part, like I didn't think my computer was going to be able to handle it on higher settings, but it's kind of been in the middle. Still messing with a lot of things, tweaking it, but I guess it's supposed to pick up in the like 10-hour mark, and I'm about I think 3 hours and some change in. So it's I don't like the driving all that much, but I'm starting to come
It
around
doesn't.
to it.
It doesn't pick up. The thing that people are saying picks up is the story. I think picks up.
Yeah.
Gameplay remains. Whenever Keanu comes in, things get a little more
Okay.
interesting.
But it's still it feels like overall just like a first person GTA clone to me. Like it's hard not to feel that way with like some of the like the people movements and just conversations or like what was it? Like I was looking up at a sign and this guy walked in front of me while I was in photo mode, and he was like, "What? You want my socks?" And then just like walked off. And I was like, "What the fuck? That's totally something I would see in GTA or here."
Or LA.
But
You're playing on PC though, right? So it sounds like a lot of the Cyberpunk issues are console related though.
yeah, but
yeah, you're playing the good version.
Yeah, but I have seen like Sean talked about too is like the how bad PS4 and Xbox One are, and like how less dense the cities are than what was portrayed at E3 and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, I guess at least I'm playing some stable version of it.
What are you playing
casually,
Sean?
I'm just messing around with Cyberpunk right now.
Yeah, what console are you playing that on?
Series X.
And sorry, I was just going through all the models of Xbox for a minute to make sure I understood which one that was. Looks like you were not that far off from your prediction last week regarding Cyberpunk.
No, I wasn't, and I accept apologies.
Nobody said you were wrong.
Did you see how many dislikes that video got?
No, I did not.
Yeah, wasn't it even?
My video got 5,000 likes, 5,100 dislikes.
Whoa, you got ratioed.
From Cyberpunk fanboys, I guess. But you know what? It's fine. It got good views, and I was right. So, and that was and like I did a follow-up video today because I felt like I've played the game for 8 or 9 hours now. I on the Series X. Of course, there's been subsequent things that have happened, and maybe part of it was my fault because I didn't specify. I assumed that it would just be my audience watching that and maybe some outliers, not a lot of, newer people. And I never specified that I was talking about console version and not the PC version. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that was a bit unfair. So I clarified that in today's video. But yeah, my whole concern was with the console versions because you never saw anything from it. You didn't have any review. There's only one review of the PlayStation 4 version of the game. And on Metacritic, and there's not even a listing for the Xbox version. Let's keep in mind that the Xbox version was the one that had the promotional material for it. Microsoft had promo material.
The whole launch of this thing was weird.
Well, the worst part is this game was supposed to come out in April before the Xbox Series X, before the PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. So that those systems shouldn't even be factored in. In a review of the game, I feel. Because in reality, the game was announced before the PlayStation 4 release. So the PlayStation 4, 2012, okay. The PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One were the targeted versions. And then, it's just, you need to stop sucking CD Projekt Red's dick. They made a game. It's interesting at times. At times, it's not interesting. At times, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a whole crafting system in this game. Do you know how many times I've gone to the crafting menu? 0. Why? Because there's no incentive to go to the crafting menu because you're constantly picking up things. You're constantly picking up weapons. They never explain to you anything about the crafting system. They never explain to you basic things. You could sit there and play the the whole main game and never do any side stuff because you're always moving towards a yellow target. It's just always what you're doing. You don't need to do any side stuff. It's I guess nice to do it if you want to do it, but the graphics themselves are glitchy. There's lots of glitches in the game. I had a game-breaking glitch in the game that luckily I was able to circumvent via a save that was already done. But it's like, if any other company made a game that was in this sort of, at times unplayable state, depending on which console you're playing it on, nobody would give the company a pass. But all because it's CD Projekt Red, people are giving them a pass. I don't think that's right.
It sounds similar to the Death Stranding hype that ended up being not for everybody, but worse because of the whole buggy nature of the game. And it seems...
Well, Death Stranding wasn't buggy.
Right, but in terms of living up to the hype, I think it failed.
I think you're fair in that comparison. I've been trying to find in my head a game that was like, had that hype level so high that I ended up playing it, and then I found, in reality where it was. And while I never played Death Stranding, the feeling of what I'm hearing people say and the hype, leading up to it, in my mind is very similar. I think that's a very fair comparison, because the in actuality where the game landed as I'm playing it is like so far below than where my expectations were.
Yeah, I still can't believe I bought Death Stranding at full price, and I just realized I haven't played it since last year, since December. I think I completed the first boss, which is quite several hours in, and then I've never picked it up again because I was just tired of walking everywhere. I had one game session with it where I'm like, oh, it's clicking, I get it. It's all about like the struggle and everything, and I'm like,
and then I was like, fuck you!
Like, I don't want to do this again. Like, it's tedious. You're sneaking around. You got like this like oil stuff coming out of the ground with some freaky stuff, and you got this thing going off in your back, and then the baby starts crying. It's like, this is like parenting 101 during the apocalypse, and I don't want to experience it. It gave some like early parenthood vibes when everything's just going wrong and you're just like trying to soothe the baby, but the whole world around you is going to shit.
Oh my god, I fucking hate these stupid things where you have to... Have you gotten to those, Greg, where you do like the different layers and you have to look for clues within the layers?
Oh, yeah.
God almighty, I've had to do 2 in a row.
I was stuck on one that was where you have to find some chip in like a cooler.
Yeah.
And like I was fast forwarding, rewinding, and then I was like, where the fuck is this? So come to find out, like it was some funky like area back in like the back of the room, and it took me, I think, like 45 minutes to complete it.
Are investigative sequences in games ever fun?
Depends.
It's often just like look for an
no, because like there are games that do it right. Like Phoenix Wright is decent. Indigo Prophecy was decent.
Condemned 1 and 2.
Haven't played.
I liked Condemned. So yes.
But there's a lot of games that do it wrong. Where it's like, look arbitrarily at this scene until you find the thing we want you to find. It's just like, is it this?
Well, there's multiple layers. There's visual, there's audio, and there's thermal.
Yeah.
God, and I can't even leave. Like, I just want to leave and save.
That was one part I was at too. I couldn't like get to the save menus, and you can't do that right now. So I was like, well, can you give me a hint? Like, I don't even give a shit if you hold my hand at this point.
Oh, there's no hint system either?
Well, maybe if you put it on easy or something, but...
Oh my god, just let me fucking leave! I'm never playing this game again. I'm done with it.
Is that Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I'm done with it until the next generation patch comes out. And then maybe it'll look like a good game.
Rest in peace, Cyberpunk. Would Tommy Wiseau have been a better choice in Cyberpunk 2077 instead of Keanu Reeves?
Maybe.
I think it would have aligned better with what ended up being launched.
I hope the modding community responds.